get the Eagles from SPS. SPS.
You shoot off.
1, 2, 3.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state, under God, one indivisible.
Carry. Colors. Outward. Face. Forward. March. Color. Halt. Close. Close. Freeze it. Arm. Order. Arm. Outward. Face. Forward. Right. Left. Left. Right.
Please bow your heads. Father, we acknowledge your presence and give you thanks for the many blessings we have. We are thankful to you for raising the people that chose to work together in planning, designing, and building this beautiful facility for this generation and other future generations. We praise you for the administrators, teachers, staff, and students that create an exemplary atmosphere for learning daily. Father, for every contributor, we pray their labor of love and sacrifice is never forgotten, but deeply appreciated and greatly rewarded. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Really, now you see what we have. These are young people that will take over for us in all different positions, whether it's a doctor, lawyer, teacher, or whomever. Whatever they do, they can be successful here in Beaumont, Texas, one of the greatest cities in the country with 10 new schools. With that, we're going to welcome our principal of our school here, Mr. Otis Norris.
Thank you, President Reese. Good evening. Good evening. And welcome to the new Southport Middle School. Make me want to scream and shout. Teachers who were in portals for 3 years, but we finally made it. But no one knows like I know being the principal of Southport Middle School as an instructional leader. When you're trying to build and everyone else around you is building, you know, Blanchett was going up, May Jones Clark, and the students at Southport was coming up to me saying, Mr. Norris, are we going to get a school? Now, even the students knew something was wrong. And you're trying to keep teacher morale. But Ms. Como, Dr. Rucker, you know the state and the federal government is still expecting you to have high test scores. But it speaks volumes about this community, the present Southport community, this community here, and a strong school board. Yeah. And a super strong, mighty strong, amazingly strong superintendent. But it says a lot when we come together as superintendents, educators, and a community, what can happen. We've done great things, we're going to continue to do great things, and we're glad that you're here tonight. We welcome all of you. We know once you walk around this great facility, you're going to see something that's awesome. Again, thank you.
When I call your name, you can raise your hand, or you can stand, or whatever you like to do. Let the folks know who you are. And we'll start with our Vice President, Ms. Janice Broussard. Terry Williams is our board secretary. And we have the dynamic Ms. Z. And we got a couple fellas, Tom Neal. I don't know if they can or not, but we got Tom Neal. And Mike Neal. The Neal brothers. And of course, myself, board president, Woodrow Reese. We also have the superintendent of schools here today, Dr. Carol Thomas. And we have our board, our bond committee co-chairs. And they did the work with the bond members. They fought, they cried, they didn't get along, they got along, but we moved on. And that's why we have what we have today, a presentation of this great facility right here, South Park. We have the Honorable Judge Paul Brown and Dr. Kitchen. Co-chairs. We also have bond members. Yes, we have Mr. Paul Jones, we have Mr. Harlan, former principal, Martin King, we have Mr. Raymond Ambrose, and all the rest of them that may be in the audience or what have you, but they came together and they really made it work. And of course, Ms. Getty Williams, she's on the bond committee, she's on the city council, she's everywhere. She's president of the union. She's been around, I've been knowing her for a long time. And also we have Commissioner of County Courts, that's Mr. Boella. And we have a board commissioner, Ms. Lee Smith. Of course, you know, the South Park area has Mr. Jamie Smith. We have Mr. Joe Simpson, who was a neighbor of mine for many years, taught me a lot of things, being that I had no brothers and all sisters. So he taught me a lot. He was on the bond committee also. Okay, we do have our singer here, and I heard she can go this turn. We have David Peace, President PTA, and we have Mr. Robert Turner, the chairman of the Chamber, Greater Beaumont Chamber Committee. And we have Mr. Robert Zeman, our financial manager. And you met Ms. White, and then Winters. You don't mind standing. She kind of did a lot of things. She was over minority and women developing that they were able to bid and know how to bid on projects. She did and brought a lot to the community with that. She's homegrown. I think she's a Charles Pilot graduate, and we're glad that she came on board with Parsons. And we have Mr. Keith that's in the back, alongside of Winter. He raised his hand. Okay, we do have some community folks here today. Did I miss anyone? Well, Mr. Calvett and sings the Parsons. We also have a former assistant principal here at South Park, Mr. Carl Briggs, who is a fighter in the community. Moving right along, we do have Dr. Thomas with his staff here. I'll call their names. They're in the audience. We all support each other. We really want to be a happy family. That was pretty nice of Bunton to come out of the office and out of the audience and do that 2 bits, 4 bits. She loves to do that. I think she's a cheerleader. We have Dr. Shirley Bunton. We have Mr. Phil Brooks. We have Dr. David Harris. We have Dr. Timothy Shagwar. And you can't go anywhere without a person who, executive director of personnel, Mr. Sybil Como. We call Mr. Robert Zingelman. And of course, everyone knows Jesse. Everybody knows Jesse. Okay. Now, I hope I didn't forget anyone. Is there any elected officials in the audience that I didn't call? If you please stand. Seeing none. The shy people in the back, I think the fire marshal said, come sit, you can't stand. If there are seats available, there's seats down front. If you would come down, please. We don't bite. Come down to the front, there are plenty of seats down front. Okay, now we got here because of I'm gonna get this out of the way too. We got this way about 5 years ago when we went to the voters, we went to the Chamber of Commerce, we went to the community, we went to the city, we went to the county, and we wanted to build new schools in our great city. And through all that hard work with our bond committee, they coordinated everything, all the boards sit back, received the reports, and we voted on what they brought to us. Some $388 million. We're almost done. We have one more school to dedicate, and that's Sally Curtis, back probably in the spring. But folks, just look at where we are and look around the country and see where they are. Nobody has built 10 new schools for both. Just look at this auditorium in South Park. I mean, there's not a bad seat. I tried some of them already. Now, also, we did some things that was unheard of. If you remember the old no parking lot at Marshall Middle School, they have parking lots now. Old, you had ruts and holes in the cement. Ms. Hickman was here earlier and one of the other ones. She is proud. Me and Dr. Thomas rode by there one day. We just couldn't believe it, what it would do to enhance that school. Everybody got something in this bond. And beyond the bond, everybody. Fletcher got the first building built over there at Fletcher. They enlarged the cafeteria at Westbrook. There was roofs on schools. Every school got touched in some way. And you know what you got touched. That really couldn't happen. But yes, we can. Yes, we can. And I'm not going to put a damper on today, but there were folks that fought us to have a brand new building. Let me tell you, I didn't ask you one thing. I'll say myself. If I offered to build you a house tomorrow, you gonna tell me no? I thought so. And that's what happened here. Why did South Park not need something nice? Everybody else got something nice. So just keep working with us. We have a great school board. We're all about education. Yes, building is not an education, but it sure helps to have a nice building that's not rained in, walking in water. I did all those things years ago. Now we can truly say, both my Texas CNN and some of these other folks, we can come to town to find out how do we do it. Because as we go around the country to conferences, we network and we meet, and they say, how can y'all build something and the economy's down? Well, the economy's not down in Beaumont. Through people like Winters, we put people to work. We put minorities to work, we put whites to work, we put Hispanics to work. We put people to work. $388 million worth, y'all. That's why we're a vibrant community. And a lot of folks may move out of town when we have our old buildings, but Dr. Thomas, we talked the other day, and our attendance is up. So that's a good thing. We got we're developing our kids, because in China, they teach the kids at 3-4 years old. So we kind of want to do that module, because they can't learn a whole lot at home, but they can learn something in school. And then they can learn and enjoy and appreciate education, because you have to have an education to get out there in this global economy. So with that, I didn't do that hour-and-a-half speech, Jesse, but I hope it was about 6 or 7 minutes. With that, we're going to have remarks from Mr. David Key, PTA President.
Good evening, and welcome to the new South Park Middle School. sad because I see where we came from and where we're going. And when you look back here, you look at those that laid the foundation. They raised the bar for excellence. And now it's up to you all, the community, the students, family, teachers, and everyone else to take that torch and run with it. Help somebody else. Show somebody else how to build. Show somebody else what it takes to build a community. Dr. Thomas always said this, it takes a village to raise a child. And sure enough, it took every one of these individuals on this stage and you all to build what we have here today. And I say to each and every one of you that it didn't go without some pain and ridicule. These people will face all kinds of adversities and comments and remarks. But through it all, 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 they persevere. And so South Park Middle School, the new middle school, you can persevere. Enjoy what you have right now. Appreciate it. Take care of it. Because it was because of you that all this came to fruition. And I tell you, I walk these halls and I say it all. And what these architects did, they didn't just build you a building. They built something out of love. They had you in mind when they built this building. And they wanted every child that walks through these hallways, go through the classroom to know they don't have to worry about putting coats on or jackets on. They have air, they have heat, they have a facility where they can have ball games and everything else. So don't stop dreaming. Don't stop preaching. Don't stop believing. Keep on striving. Keep on pressing until you reach that goal. And together, not only will we build schools, but we will build doctors, lawyers, teachers, and everybody else. These kids will have a place where they can come and learn without having to wonder and on the wrong sit. Thank you. Thank you, administration. Thank you, teachers. Thank you, faculty. Thank you, community. Thank you, students. Thank you, everyone of you here who made this possible. God bless you.
Now we're going to get a lovely voice, and she said, I might sing with her. Miss Lewis Turner, let her know about me. Who is it?
Dream the impossible dream, to fight the unbeatable foe, to run the unbearable sorrows, to run where the brave cannot go, to right the unrightable wrong. Soul
Good afternoon. I hope you're as inspired by this brand new building as I am. I know Mr. Pete is just about ready to come out of his pants. I know he's all fired up. How about you teachers? Are you fired up? Are you fired up? How about you students? Are you fired up? I know you're going to be a lot louder than that next Monday in school. Students, are you fired up? Yeah! All right, parents, are you fired up? Good. I know I'm fired up because after 6 years, we're almost done building these schools, and the results are fabulous. I want you to pay special attention to the back of your program. There's a lot of people listed who started with us on this 6 years ago. And the lesson for you students is that in order to come together as a community, you have to listen to all sides first and try to help understand what everybody in the community is saying. And only then can you move forward. And students, this is your opportunity now to start a new beginning in this new building and your education here. Because the rest of your life will depend on how dedicated you are to making your brain the smartest brain you can be, and to make the quality and the character of your heart the best it can be. And the dedication that you place into getting your education, to developing your mind, your body, your spirit, will carry you the rest of your life. It will all start here. And I want you to use the investment that this community has made in this building as an inspiration. I know your teachers are inspired, your PTA is inspired, your parents are inspired, and this is an opportunity to move forward without any excuses, because there are no more excuses. And what will serve you best is your dedication to excellence. And it all starts with priorities. You have to have a priority. What's the most important thing? Come to school. What's the next most important thing? Pay attention. What's the next most important thing? Study hard. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be given to you. And if you have a priority and a discipline to be excellent, you'll be as excellent as this building. This is a building that won't make a difference unless you have a dedication to that. And the businesses and the homeowners and the people who pay taxes in this community invested in you. So you can see the results. They believe in you, and they believe greatly in you. I know the school district, the Board of Trustees believes greatly in you. I believe in you, and I want you to dedicate yourself to being the best student you possibly can be. And remember to come back here after you graduate in 25 years and see your children go to this same school. So take care of this school. It's a beautiful school. Keep it that way. Don't trash it. Don't let anybody else trash it. I like the bond project really to run the three-legged race between me and Paul Brown. We were tied at the hip. And we knew one of us couldn't do it alone. We had to do it together. So I'm going to let Paul Brown give you his inspirational remarks. And it's been a pleasure to work with Paul Brown the last 6 years.
Thank you so much. I'm indeed grateful to be here in this great school. But also shows you as a young person, if you want something, fight for it. You got to work hard all the time. If you get something you work hard for it, that's a great appreciation. That's a great appreciation for that, if you work for it. We had difference on both sides about the school, but the school is still here. South Park is still here. That was the fight, whether we build a new, whether we renovate. But we couldn't lose, because both of us would fight for education and for the future of these young people. One writer, Terry Tempest Williams, said, "The future is looking back at us, praying for us, and hoping that we would look beyond our times." I think we have. Another one said, Asia Bates, in a great struggle in 1957. He said, "The future is purchased by the present." I would like for all teachers to remember that. It's purchased by the present. What these kids are doing now at South Park Middle School will determine their destiny. It will determine their destiny. I talked to one young lady and I asked her, what would she like to do? She's all grown up, got an education. She said, well, I would like to be a a pharmacist. I said, that's good. They make a lot of money. They started at $100,000. Very good. What about biology? What about chemistry? I'm fast. I'll battle with math sometimes. I said, well, what I want you to do, please don't fix your medication for me. You're not prepared and you're not ready. And for these young people that are here today, you got a brand new student. The conditions of the student determine you, not us. I never do something here. It's you, how you take care of your student, how you follow what your teachers say, how you follow Mr. Norris. You certainly got a good principal. There's no question. You got everything you need to get a good education. So don't blame anybody. Don't make any excuses. You got something that many of us got a little bit older, which we had. But I tell you, we're certainly happy. Happy, elated. When I walk around or drive around the boat, and I see these beautiful students, and I see all these schools being repaired, I think about Dr. Thomas, I think about the board, I think about Parsons and all these people that work with them. I see one gentleman, he's not here, Mr. Winfield, will you stand up? Please stand up. None of them are working tonight. To make this possible. Then the community decided we need a body. And they got up, they voted, and this is it. After today, we got one more at Santa Curtis. 9 will be in, millions of dollars of renovation. I'm certainly grateful that God gave you time and gave you a place to be a part of what we do.
On behalf of the Greater Beaumont Chamber of Commerce, I think we forged a relationship with the school district and the community that we hope will continue as long as there's a marketplace here that will accept money. Okay? We hope it will do that. Now, I want to say to you that I stood on this, not this stage, but South Park School about 10 years ago at this very, and I couldn't do this back then. This is a beautiful school, and I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad that we were able to convince the community, the business owners, and folks to come together and put that bond to rest. And you've heard a lot about that. But I want to tell you a little bit about me. Just a little country boy, and I want to tell you why. Because Dr. Thomas is working for each and every one of you to educate you so you can be somebody. You heard me say that I was the chairman of the Greater Beaumont Chamber of Commerce, so let me explain that to you. I think I'm the first African American chamber chairman. Beaumont, Texas. I wasn't born in Beaumont, Texas. I got here fast as I could, though. This is a jewel. This is down in the rough. Let me tell you something. I'm talking to your students and the parents. I want you to understand something. Some of you have had an opportunity to put a loved one away at some point in time and you went to a cemetery. There's one thing that is unique about a cemetery. Born this day, died that day. Born this day, died that day. The only thing that's the same is the dash. And what I want to talk to you about is your dash. I want to talk to you about your dash when the next generation comes. What is your dash going to say? What did you do to help raise the next group? To make sure that this school was better than taken care of, but this school is endowed to endeavor, endowed to understand that you, as an individual, will make the difference. Your dash, will it say you did nothing? Will it say you didn't tutor? Will it say you didn't teach? Will it say nobody knows except what you and I wonder every time we walk through a cemetery? Born this day, died that day, don't really know much about that dash. I want the dash in Beaumont, Texas to say that we understand how to make a difference. We understand how to do what it takes to bring money to the marketplace. Yes, I said money, because it takes money to do every single thing that's been done here. Do business local. Buy goods and services from people who who will help you do whatever it is you want to do. I have to tell you that as the chairman of the Chamber of Commerce, because we're going to spend lots of tax dollars over the next, I don't know how many years, Doc, and I don't want to say how many, making sure that more schools can be built. I will tell you, as long as I have anything to do with it, I will stand in line to help this community build more schools as necessary. I want to congratulate all the talent that's on the stage here. These people are absolutely talented. Miss Lois, oh, awesome, off the chart. But I want to say one thing as I leave. Back in olden days, there was an old wise man who lived in an island. And on that island, wisest person in the world, that individual, folk would go and seek him out. Well, it was a young man, not much different than some of you students here, who went to this old wise man and said, oh wise man, please tell me, what do I have in my hand? The old wise man looked at him and said, son, there's a bird in your hand. He said, but oh wise man, tell me, please, is this bird dead or is this bird alive? The old wise man looked at him and said, young man, if I tell you that bird is dead, you'll open your hand and you'll let it fly free. If I tell you that bird's alive, you'll crush it, kill it, let it fall to the ground. Students, South Park, BISD, I want you to know it's your bird. The bird is in your hand. Decide to kill it or let it fly free. But the decision is yours, and I hope you let it fly.
we'll have Mr. Norris, principal of South Park, come up, and PTA president, Mr. Pete, come up. This is the moment. And let's have a motion, Mr. President. Well, Mr. Norris, this is the fun part. He's calling for teachers. As this support team comes up, Ms. Norris, by the power that the Board of Trustees as I was saying, Mr. Norris, by the power given to me by the Board of Trustees, you see them here, because I have only one vote. They have entrusted that I will give this key to this facility to you, the principal of South Park Middle School. With this, you must upkeep, as Dr. Tischer said, this whole facility. Mr. Pete will be there watching. But this is a serious moment because this is your facility. You're keeping it for the taxpayers of Beaumont and treat it like it's your own because guess what? This is your key to this whole facility. So do you accept that challenge?
Yes, President Reese, I definitely accept that challenge. We definitely plan to continue academic excellence here at South Park Middle School. But I'd just like to say that for those board members that was with us when we first started out, Dr. William Nance, Bishop Whitaker, and one that we talked about earlier that was a drum major for education for all students in Beaumont ISD, Brother Howard Trahan. I could see him sitting there in his wheelchair smiling at us now. I know he's smiling down on us right now, so we really thank you and we accept this.
Believe me, you folks are using this facility like it was designed and intended to be used. And I can say that I've had the privilege of building school facilities in San Francisco, in Los Angeles, in San Diego, and you have something to be very, very proud of. It's a beautiful facility. As Pete said, it's awesome. We have a special presentation today, this afternoon, and as part of that presentation, I certainly want to introduce the design team and the construction team that has built this beautiful facility. And let me tell you, I'm very, very satisfied and happy to be here and appreciate your enthusiasm. And I'm just all about the enthusiasm and support from the teachers and the students and the community. I'd like to introduce Tom Harrison from ALCO. ALCO is the construction team on the project. I'd like Steve Bader from up here, please. Steve is the architect and TBA. And then Parsons is on the ground here, Keith Shadell. Keith, you back there. Make sure I've got all the right folks here I want to introduce. You know, importantly, construction is very complicated, but what helps make it easier is a group to work with such as the board, Dr. Thomas, the CABC, the B&G group, the community, and the neighbors. That's really awesome. The enthusiasm we had when I first met this gentleman, I wish I could share that enthusiasm, but it's good that someone can. I'd like to, let's bring up the rendering and show everybody that. We have a special rendering of the schools of the South Park facility we want to represent to Principal Norris.
Oh, God.
Really have a special meeting to be able to present this and to have participated in the community.
Again, my name is Tom Harrison with Alco, with a contractor that built this school, and it's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to dedicate these schools to such a great community. I'm a native BISD student myself. I went to BISD schools at Lamar University my whole life. It's a great honor to be here. All the students here, it'll be a wonderful place to learn and get an education, and you know, any dreams you have, you can achieve as long as you apply yourself to them. So those are things that you always have to take through your life. Some of the people that I have here today that basically are on the ground, people that built this school that deserve a whole lot of the credit, is our superintendent and assistant superintendent here in the back of the room, Hassan Zamordian. You raise your hand, please. Thank you, Chief. You raise your hand, please. Now, these guys are here 6 days a week, 7 days a week, night and day, trying to get this school built. And along with a lot of subcontractors and vendors and people you know, contractors, minority contractors, we use every local business opportunity we could to bring this school to its completion today. It's been a pleasure working for the BISD School District through this bond program. We've done several schools for them, and I just want to tell you, the board members, thank you so much. I appreciate all your support. Thank you again.
I too would like to thank the school board for hiring PBK to design and be part of this team. We're so grateful and honored that we could serve you and the community. Thank you very much for that. I do want to mention one thing before I forget. A couple of years ago, when all of this was just getting started, we walked to the school, the old school, and I just want to tell the parents here, you have some wonderful children. I tell you, they were so well behaved and so courteous. And Timothy Barnes and myself, as we walked through the school and talked to Mr. Norris about the plans, we just kept on telling ourselves, these kids deserve better. Your children were the inspiration behind the school. So we hope that it does everything we're planning on throughout the years. I do want to thank several folks here. I want to thank Dr. Thomas for his vision and leadership. I remember the day we sat down in his office. We had some sketches, and he immediately zeroed in on the concept sketch and said, this is it. And I tell you what, it hadn't changed since then. And then we know enough as architects that if we really want to be smart, we need to listen to the people that really know how a school needs to be designed. And so we brought all the teachers in, we brought the principal in to the design process. They were completely involved in the school design. And that's what makes this school so beautiful today, is the involvement of the teachers and staff at the school.
Thank you.
So thank you. I want to also thank all the administrators that were so helpful throughout the process. I want to thank Mr. Zingelman for all of his decisions that he had to make during the construction to get this thing built. I want to thank all of the Bowman ISD folks in the maintenance and operations that were involved in all the technical things. I want to thank Parsons for managing the project so well. They were just wonderful. Keith did a great job keeping us going throughout the process. And finally, I want to thank Alco for doing such a great job at the construction site. Thank you.
We got one last person. Where are you back there? Stand up. We need to recognize Winter. She's done a superb job behind the scenes, making sure that all the money is staying here in the community. for the school that he did.
Once again, thank you, South Park community. You're great, and we're glad we can do this for you. Now we'll have closing remarks by our superintendent of schools, Dr. Kelly.
Thank you very much, Mr. Reese. And I echo just what everybody else echoes. I mean, I want to thank everybody. I want to thank the CABC. I want to thank the preachers. I want to thank all this other stuff. But now let me tell you something. First, I want to thank more so than anything else, because the main thing that made this happen, all of the great superintendents, great boards, all this, but this would not have happened if you not voted. Because now, if you sit here and tell me your vote don't count, this is one thing that they tell me, your vote didn't count, your vote counted, and that's the main thing that I'm saying. Welcome, Mama said to the vote. I want the brothers over there at the car wash for 40 ounces, get them ready to vote. It's your vote, so you can just vote. Now, I'm going to tell you something else for that. When you get these governors, I used to think of South Park staff so hard. I can even see y'all do it. You know, y'all beautiful. I mean, y'all look better than y'all ever seen y'all. All right, the building make you look bad. You get a new building, make y'all look great. You look good. But also, I want to say this as well. You know, there was an understatement to say that we didn't go through holy, where the devil stands to get this building. But I do want to say this. You know, I appreciate the spirit in which our critics or opposition did. I mean, I really do. The Greenies who went to school here, something was instilled in them that caused them to love that school, love that building, whatever. And that's what I hope we learn. To love and appreciate this people and take that spirit to a whole nother level. It's okay for us to disagree. Now it's time for us to come together and love one another just like it's intended to be united and build strong community and move things forward. I think that's very good. But let me tell you something else what's happened through this process. You know, we're probably the top 10, one of the top 10 schools in the nation. I want you to continue that. It doesn't go to have a good building and we don't function like a top 10 school. So I want y'all to be walking and talking like you're a top 10 school. I want y'all to act like you're a top 10 school. I want you to study and get the results of a top 10 school that you does. That's the bottom line. Does this building improve the performance of our students? And I want to see you perform and I want to see you get better. But also, what that vote did is this one. This community, South Park community, you have probably the best educational environment. I'm very proud of it. I look forward to seeing y'all's block party now. So when y'all have y'all's block party now, I gotta give you an invitation because I want to go to this block party because I know it's gonna be something very, very special. Because now you have something that bring your community together, something that you can be so very, very, very proud of. And I'm proud for you. I'm happy for you. All y'all went through with all that stuff y'all had to go through. And now to be where you are. I'm proud, I'm happy, I love you. And now it's time for us to go see this new